कभी कभी लगता है ना कि हम इतने एफर्ट्स डाल रहे हैं, काम, पढ़ाई, वीडियो, सब कुछ, लेकिन फिर भी थके हुए हैं। आई मीन लाइक रिजल्ट्स आ रहे हैं, बट दिल से दिल से ड्रेन फील हो रहा है। मे बी यू आर जस्ट डूइंग टू मच ऑफ अ रॉन्ग थिंग। हम सबको रिजल्ट्स चाहिए, गुड मार्क्स, ग्रोथ, व्यूज, सक्सेस, सब कुछ, लेकिन हमें कोई ये नहीं सिखाता कि इन रिजल्ट्स को सस्टेन कैसे करना। इस वीडियो में मैं एक ऐसा पावरफुल कंसेप्ट शेयर करने वाली हूँ जो हर ओवरथिंकर, स्टूडेंट, क्रिएटर सबकी हेल्प करने वाली है। इट्स कॉल्ड पी एंड पीसी बैलेंस, एंड यही मेरी प्रोडक्टिविटी, एनर्जी और पीस का रियल सीक्रेट है। अगर आप कभी कभी बर्नआउट फील करते हो और ये सोचते हो कि कहीं रिजल्ट्स के पीछे भागते भागते खुद को भूल तो नहीं रहे, so watch till then because this might just change the way you hustle. So what even is P and PC balance? P means production, यानी कि results, जैसे good marks हो गया, views हो गए या फिर anything like that. And PC on the other hand means production capability, यानी कि वो systems, वो habits जिनकी वजह से वो results produce होने वाले हैं. For example, golden goose की story ले लेते हैं. सपोज करो एक गूस है जो कि गोल्डन एग्स ले करती है एंड एवरी डे, राइट? बट अगर हम उस गूस का ख्याल ही नहीं रखेंगे तो एक टाइम आने के बाद वो मर जाएगी। दैट मीन्स हमें प्रोडक्शन कैपेबिलिटी पे भी फोकस करना है। बट इन सारे बज़ वर्ड्स को साइड पे रखकर मैं सिंपल भाषा में समझाती हूँ व्हाट डू आई मीन। फर्स्ट ऑफ, बिफोर एक्सप्लेनिंग आई नीड टू टेल यू दैट द साइंस यू आर जस्ट ब्रेकिंग दिस बैलेंस। स्टार्टिंग ऑफ, you are productive but tired at the same time. What I mean by this is that कि तुम सारे टास्क तो डेली टास्क तो कंप्लीट कर रहे हो, what you need to do, दुनिया के लिए तो you are perfect, but mentally you are tired, mentally you are exhausted and you are drained, and sometimes you don't even know about it. Second, completing tasks without enjoyment and excitement. Well, imagine you are doing your dream work, the thing that you have wanted to do since childhood. But एक टाइम आने के बाद वो चीज को इतनी खुशी नहीं देती जितना तुमने सोचा था कि the results would produce. You know, that mental peace, that satisfaction and that happiness. Where is it now? Third off, you feel guilty when resting. मतलब रेस्ट करना तो बॉडी की नेचुरल रिदम में आना चाहिए ना. So why do you feel guilty when you take a break? There is no need to feel guilty about it because you are a human and you need time to process things. Unless you are ChatGPT. Last 2 points are pretty similar. First off, you are just constantly forcing yourself and not flowing. What do I mean by that is कि अगर हम कोई काम कर रहे हैं तो हमें अपने आप को फोर्स नहीं करना चाहिए वो काम करने के लिए. आई मीन पढ़ाई करने के लिए तो हर कोई फोर्स करते हैं, बट अलोंग साइड व्हाट आई मीन इज दैट कि अगर तुम अपने मर्जी का काम कर रहे हो या अगर तुम ऐसा काम कर रहे हो जो कि तुम्हें अच्छा लगता है, सो यू शुड नेवर फोर्स योरसेल्फ अबाउट इट. व्हाट आई मीन इज दैट इट शुड फ्लो, यू नो, इट शुड फील लाइक फन, इट शुड फील लाइक कि यस, मेरे को तो पता ही नहीं चलता यार मैं जब ये काम करता हूँ तो टाइम कैसे बीत जाता है. That is when you maintain the balance. But right now, you are just lacking behind. Don't worry, I'm gonna share the solutions. And you also need constant motivation. I mean, ठीक है, extrinsic motivation एक पल के लिए सही है, but trust me, you cannot work sustainably on just that base. What is extrinsic motivation now, Bhavya? इतने सारे buzzwords. Well, what I mean by that is extrinsic motivation यानी कि कोई self help वीडियो हो गया like this one, and on the other hand there is intrinsic motivation which is your dreams, your goals, जो कि अंदर से आते हैं. तुम्हारे पेरेंट्स अगर गेम खेलने को ना कहें फिर भी तुम गेम खेलते हो ना, that means that is intrinsic motivation to do something you like, right? अगर तुम्हें कोई चीज पसंद है तो you are motivated by yourself to do this. No one needs to force you to do something. And that actually happens when you maintain the P and PC balance. Well, I know बहुत hype up हो गया. Right now I'm gonna tell you how you can actually maintain that balance. Well, here is where most people get it wrong. There are some common mistakes that you need to avoid while thinking and doing these solutions. First, resting is not at all your lazy side. Resting is never your laziness. Resting is required. हाँ ठीक है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि तुम 4 घंटे आफ्टरनून नैप ले रहे हो. What this means is that हर चीज एक्सेस बुरी है, but in limits it is required by your body, by your brain to rest. Also, most people just chase goals without refining systems. I mean that कि लोगों को बस गोल्स चाहिए, like 90+ स्कोर करना है या फिर something like that, but they don't focus on the systems or the things necessary to do that. अब 90+ स्कोर करना है तो उसके लिए तुम्हें काम भी तो करना पड़ेगा, पढ़ाई भी तो करनी पड़ेगी. दिन में 1 घंटा भी पढ़ाई नहीं करोगे तो कैसे काम चलेगा? And that's where this comes. So just think of it as with an example of manager. I mean, अगर तुम एक कंपनी में काम कर रहे हो and you are just producing goods, but machines की सर्विसिंग पर बिल्कुल ध्यान नहीं दे रहे हो, तो after a certain time, yes, you will be able to meet your quarterly sales, right? Quarterly project meet हो जाएगा या फिर yearly भी, but in the long run you are gonna lose, क्योंकि अगर एक बारी machines permanent खराब हो गई, then it will be more loss than the entire profit made. That's what I want to get that point across. And I have seen people that use burnout as a badge of honor. Yani ki, if you are busy, they just think you are cool. Well, that is clearly not the case. You need to find time with yourself and for yourself. Well, now, cut to the chase. How can you build that balance? How can you manage results and systems effectively? I've got you there. First, let's talk about mentally. How can you achieve those goals? Proper sleep, taking breaks, self-reflection, meditation, journaling, all can be a way of relaxing your mind and managing the production capability. Because ultimately, this brain is gonna lead you to do wonders. So you need to manage it, right? Just as you need to service machines and oil machines, your brain needs management too. And now, how can you emotionally work on building systems? Well, spend quality time with the people that matter the most, because they're not going to stay around here forever. And also, make boundaries. Distinguish what you like and what you don't like. You need to say no to the other people. And by these, you are able to create your peace by yourself. Next is system. Well, that is extrinsic. What I mean by that is you need not chase goals and instead focus on habits. What I mean is, for instance, you want to score 90+. That doesn't mean that you have to just chase that goal blindly. No. It means that either just 1 hour study daily can help you easily achieve that, right? So just build that habit of studying 1 hour daily and see you can easily achieve that goal. So always, we might say P and PC balance, production and production capability balance, but production capability is always a priority, right? And to conclude, don't just become someone that gets result, but become someone that can keep growing without breaking. Protect your systems, not just your stream. This is Bhavya from Bhaviscape signing off.